So I have 7 o'clock here and I'm going to get started with our class tonight. I want to honor everybody's time when they show up to the mats on time. If you are watching this at a later time, please reach out to me if you have any technical difficulties or anything like that. I know showing up online can be tricky and it does take a few times to kind of get things started. So tonight, for tonight's practice, you may want a pair of blocks, which you'll see behind me. And then also I always start out, we're going to start in a seated, comfortable position tonight. And I always use a blanket because that kind of helps my hips to fall forward and it allows me to kind of stay in a more comfortable position for a longer period of time. So go ahead and you can grab your blocks and a blanket if you wish to do that. And then go ahead and meet me on the mat. Let's get started with our slow flow class. So this class is for all levels of yogis. So you come to a seated, comfortable position. And again, if you have that blanket folded over, you just come to the edge of the blanket and then it allows those knees to kind of fall a little bit forward. And before we start, what I love to always say is that we are live. So anything is bound to happen. When you're live, you don't have control over the environment around you. I can't stop and retake and all those good things that come with taping videos as well, like we have in the membership too. So we will just go with the flow. I do have 2 cats. Sometimes they make an appearance and I will try to be mindful of everything. If you haven't already on Spotify, I do have some playlists on there. So if you do like to have a little bit of music, I'm going to try to play a little bit of music in the background tonight with the microphone. And we'll see how that goes. But if you do want to ever download or to follow my playlist, you can listen to the music as you flow through these live classes. Feel free to look me up. It's just my full name, Lindsay Pemble, on Spotify. And there's a bunch of yoga music there as well. So we will go ahead and get started. So hopefully by now you've found your seated comfortable position and you're just going to cross your legs. So your left ankle is going to be in front of your right. Now you don't have to place your heels all the way in. If that's uncomfortable for you, you can come out wide. Or if you do have blocks, a lot of the times if you get uncomfortable in this position, you can prop those blocks right underneath your knees. So it allows you to be a little bit more comfortable. So we can sit here for our breath work, for our opening a little bit more comfortably. So get into that nice, comfortable position. Let your hands fall down by your sides or maybe perhaps on the knees, palms facing down. And just pull your spine up nice and tall. Good. Root down through the sitting bones, through the tailbone, root down. Feel like there's a weight in that pelvic bowl that's pulling you down, grounding you down. Good. Lift the crown of the head higher up towards your ceiling. And then with the next exhale, just release the shoulders away from the ears. And pause here. You may need to draw that belly in. Remember, as we recruit from the core, it helps our back to become more elongated and shooting the spine up straight. So all those energy channels can really open up and all of our energy can really flow through. Beautiful. And now we just sit here before we begin to center, just noticing what our day, our evening, whatever time zone you are in, whatever your day has brought to you thus far. So in your body, is there any tension, any tightness, any ease, any feelings of strength? And in your mind, is there any calmness, maybe fear, joy, anxiety, doubts, happiness, peace, gratitude? Simply notice what's showing up for you right now. And then bring your awareness to your breath, assessing how your breath is showing up. If you hustled tonight to get to the mat, or if you've had a busy day, your breath might be a little bit short or shaky. If you've been mostly relaxed and lackadaisical today, your breath might be long and slow. And just allowing it to come in and out as it naturally would. And you're just simply watching it, being the observer. And let's place our right hand on our belly and our left hand on our hearts. I just want you to connect to the top hand for right now. So tonight's intention is all about self-love, compassion for yourself. Making time and the ability to show up for yourself. And no matter what that looks like for you. We're all in our own homes, there may be still stuff going on around, but it's still okay. Nothing has to be perfect, but you're getting it in. You're getting that self-love, that self-compassion in, and you should be proud of that. And you should believe that that is enough. So breathe into that heart space, feel the rise and the fall of the chest, and connect for a moment, using the breath to the heart space, to your self-love and compassion for showing up to this practice. As you inhale, feel the rise of the top hand, and as you exhale, feel the fall of the top hand. Releasing, letting go in that hand and putting a little bit of heaviness into that heart, into that chest. Keep breathing right into the heart center. You can inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Good. Now just let that space go. And let's connect to our belly, our solar plexus. So as you inhale, you're just going to feel the belly come into the hands. So inhale and fill the belly with air. And as you exhale, the navel will fall in towards the spine. The belly falls away from the hands. Inhale. Exhale. And just keep breathing these same rounds of breath completely in the solar plexus, the area of intuition. We talk a lot about like our gut feelings, following our gut feelings. Breathe into that space, that guidance that you have right there in the solar plexus. Good. Now your next few rounds of breath, we're going to put that all together. We're going to start with an inhale through the belly, all the way up through the ribs, into that heart space. And as you exhale, the heart will fall away from the hands and the belly will fall in as you empty everything out. So as we inhale, we pull that prana, that energy up from the ground, up from the root chakra, all the way into the solar plexus through the heart. And then we'll empty that all back out in the opposite direction, just like a wave of breath. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose or the mouth. Feeling the rise and the fall of the hands to help you know where that breath is at all times so you can become aware of it. Follow the rhythm, follow the path. Using that breath to connect to your soul, your spirit within, softening. Soften the face, the heart, the shoulders, the neck, the jaw. Beautiful work. Last round of breath here. Inhale. Fully, deeply, all the way up to the tippity tops of the shoulders. And then exhale, release all the way back down. Beautiful work. And then just pausing here, maybe placing your hands back onto your knees or the hands down by the sides. And noticing any subtle changes that your breath has brought to you. So you've just been on the mat for a few moments, but you might already start to feel that magic, how it starts to melt away the chaos. It brings you into the present moment. Go ahead and set your own intention for tonight's practice, whatever you need to work on, whatever you need to serve, whatever you need served to you from the mat, however you want to show up. I'm gonna try a little music tonight, so I'll pick my volume up. Hopefully, see how it works. Awesome job. So with your legs still crossed, you can move them out a little bit if you want. We're gonna take a forward fold. So bring your hands down by the sides. Inhale, lift the arms up. And I want you to root down through your sitting bones. So really feel that weight in the pelvis. And then as you exhale, fold forward. So reach your fingertips forward and start to crawl your fingertips forward. But keeping those sitting bones onto the mat. And then allow your head to just fall down. So you can feel the opening all the way through the back neck. Maybe you can feel it in the side of the tush, all the way down the hamstrings. Turn on those big long breaths, inhaling and exhaling. Relax the face and the jaw. Beautiful work. So to come back up, as you inhale, bring your arms out like you're going to give a really big hug. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Reach, reach, reach out to the side walls. And then as you exhale, right hand's going to come on top. You're just going to give yourself a nice hug here. Good. You can round the spine a little bit if you need it. Inhale, reach, spread out nice and wide. Exhale, left hand on top of the right. Give yourself another hug. Beautiful. You can tuck the chin into the chest, round the spine a little bit if that feels good. Inhale, reach back out. Exhale, release the hands. Awesome job. Now switch the legs. So the right shin's gonna come in front of the left. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, start to fold forward, crawling those fingertips forward, releasing the head down. Breathing into the back neck, the back body. Good. On your next exhale, start to come on back up. Beautiful work. Let's take those legs out in front of us. Give them a little shimmy shake. And let's bend that right knee and step that right foot over the long left leg. So you're gonna pull that shin really in, nice and tight into the belly. Now you can stay just like this if you can feel a really nice stretch into the side of the right hip, or we can take a twist together. So the left hand, the left forearm is gonna wrap around that shin, and the right hand's gonna go right behind you. Now before you start to twist, let's get really nice and tall in that spine, and then twist on an exhale. With every inhale, getting taller, and with every exhale, twisting a little more. Good, try to squeeze that knee closer for the last breath. Exhale, release. Beautiful work. Release that right leg long. Pull that left knee in. Stack that over. And then the right hand can come around the front of that left shin. Pull that knee in. You can stay just like this if you wish, or taking a twist. Inhale to get really nice and tall first, and then exhale to twist. Beautiful. Unwind, and then take your legs really nice and wide. Go wide-legged forward fold. Now you can use your blocks if you have them. As we're gonna fold forward, you can place your head right onto the blocks. It makes it a little bit comfortable. But the main thing here is that you want your thighs to stay connected to the earth. If your knees have to be bent, that's perfectly fine. You can always roll a blanket under your knees as well. And then all you're gonna do is shoot your heart forward. So a lot of times people will start to round the spine here. We wanna work on length first. So you wanna walk your hands forward, so your heart's coming forward, and then you place your head down. Now depending how tight you are, you might have to stack the blocks in different ways, or maybe the blocks just aren't working for you this evening. Place them down by the sides and just let that head hang. Beautiful. Inhale, come back up. Good job. Bring the legs back to cross. Doesn't matter left or right. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, cactus arms. So bend the elbows, keep them close to in line with your shoulders. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Inhale, lift the heart up. Exhale, bring the palms of the hands together. Inhale, lift the arms up, palms still together. Reach, 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 side body stretches. Exhale, ha, cactus arms, squeeze. Good, inhale. Bring the palms together. Exhale, ha. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, bring the hands together. Once they touch, take an exhale. Inhale, reach. So you're still grounding down into the hips. Exhale, goalpost arms. Lift the heart, inhale. Exhale, hands come back to heart center. Beautiful work. Bring your right hand down to the sides. Inhale, lift the left arm up overhead. Get really nice and long. And then on your exhale, you're gonna lean over to the right. So we might be opposite. And then curl that heart open. Breathe into the side body. You can look up or look down, whatever your neck feels tonight. Inhale, come back up. Release that left hand down. And again, you can tent your fingertips if needed. Inhale, lift the arm up, or you can place a block right under. Exhale, lean over to the left. Open that heart up, so curl that heart open. Hips are still down onto the earth. Inhale, come back up. Now just float between the two. Exhale, release the hand down. Inhale to lean. Exhale. And this is just your practice. You're floating through the movement with your breath. Reaching over to the side. Longer. You're going to feel more side body opening that way. But always do what feels good in the body. Last round here. Awesome. Come back. Beautiful. We're going to come to all fours. So if you have your blanket, you can just place it to the side. Come to all fours on the mat. Tuck your toes under. Beautiful. And we're just going to take a few cat-cows. So we'll start with cow pose. So you're going to drop the belly, raise the heart up, and almost like you're going to crinkle the mat between your palms and your knees. You're not going to really do that, but imagine that pull. So you're pulling your heart forward. Breathe into that heart space. Exhale, round the spine. So now you're tearing the mat away. Inhale, back to cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Good. Continue to flow with your own breath. Last round here. Meeting back in neutral spine. Great work. Spread those fingertips really nice and wide so you have a really nice base. And bring your right leg straight behind you. So your toes are tucked under. And we're just gonna work on the calf here and the ankle mobility. So I just want you to inhale, and as you exhale, bring your hips back so your heel pressing down on that right foot. You'll start to feel a stretch into the calf. And you might need to push off a little on the mat. Just rock forward and back. See what's showing up there for you. Good, last time. Awesome job. From here, you're gonna lift the right leg straight behind you. Toes are pointing down towards the mat. Take a nice deep breath in. And on your exhale, bend your knee so it comes close to the right elbow. It can kiss it. And then you're gonna roll the knee open. It's almost like a dog on a fire hydrant. We're just taking some hip circles here. You can keep the foot active. Next time the knee's up around the elbow, just switch the direction. Continuing to breathe. Good. Last round. And without putting the knee back down, straighten that right leg behind you. Toes pointing down towards the mat. And lift that left arm up. Breathe, pull in through the navel. Two more breaths here. Good, release down. Awesome job. Now tuck the toes under and just take a rest. You can take child's pose if you need it, or bring your bum back towards your heels. You're gonna feel more opening in the feet. But just get off those hands for a minute. Maybe roll the wrists. And shake them out. Distracting you from what's really happening back here. Good, let's take it to the other side. So come back down to the mat, spread those fingertips wide, press the finger knuckles into the mat. Take the left leg out long, tuck the toes under, and let's just rock forward and back. So you can point and flex the foot. Awesome. Now, lift that left leg up, toes pointing down towards the mat. Inhale, get nice and long, and then exhale, knee to the elbow as we start our fire hydrant circles. Remembering just continuing to breathe with these. The next time your knee's up towards your elbow, just switch the direction. Beautiful work. Last time, and then straighten that left leg out, toes pointing down towards the floor. Flatten the back, pull in through the navel, raise the right arm straight. Get bicep near the ear. Three more breaths. Beautiful work. Release the right hand down. Let's take child's pose. So your knees can be together or your knees can be wide. Come into child's pose and breathe into the back body now. Releasing and letting go and reconnecting to that breath flow. Last deep breath in. On your exhale, come back to all fours. Awesome job. If you have your blocks, we're going to move into some lunging. So go ahead and take your blocks and place them at the top edge of the mat if you have them. And then you're going to step your left foot forward. Now you can tense your fingers or you can place your hands onto the blocks. It's completely up to you. And just like we did with the forward and back rocking, I just want you to rock forward and back here. See what shows up in those hips. Not too far, just enough so you can start to open that up. Awesome. And then you're going to bend that left knee so the thigh is parallel to the floor. We're at 90 degrees, knee is over the ankle. Tented fingers is fine. And sink down into that right hip. Get your heart forward. Look up if you can. Your back toes can be tucked under, or the top of the foot can be on the mat. That's completely personal, up to you. There's no right or wrong for that. Good, now staying here for level 1, or taking it to level 2, place your hands onto your thighs. Good, level 3, arms come up overhead and then exhale into cactus. Open the heart up. So we're opening this whole front body. We can feel it in the psoas, all the way up through the heart space, opening up the collarbones. Breathe. Awesome job. Exhale, release the hands down to the mat. Step that left foot back. Let's take a child's pose just to even it out. Woo. Few breaths here. Maybe rock from side to side. Awesome job. Inhale, come back up. Let's take it to the right side this time. Step that right foot forward. Again, back of the foot can be flat or tucked under. Press down through the front of the foot, knees over the ankle. Fingertips are tented or on blocks. Pick that heart up, maybe gaze up. Lean down into, sink down into that left hip. Good, before we take it to phase 2, let's just do our rocks forward and back. So you can stay with phase 1, phase 2, or take it to phase 3. And one day you might be able to do phase 1, and the next day you could do phase 3, and the next day you could do phase 1. It's all different. All right, so coming back to phase 1, tented fingertips. We're taking it to phase 2, hands onto the tops of the thigh. Sink down. Woo, feeling that opening. You've been sitting a lot. Or walking even. And let's take phase 3. So the arms can stay up overhead, or taking that cactus arm to raise the heart up and really open up here. Beautiful work. Exhale, release the hands down. And let's step that right foot back. Place the hands down onto the mat. Press your hips up and back. Let's take a downward facing dog. Awesome. Pedal those feet. Coming to stillness and downward facing dog. Push the mat away from your toes. It's okay to have a bend in those knees. Empty the head out. Breathe. Good. On your next inhale, come up on your tippy toes. Exhale, heel press. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, heel press. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, heel press. Beautiful work. Inhale, come to plank, so your knees can go down on the mat if needed. Bring your shoulders over your wrists. Take a breath in. Exhale, release the knees. And then bringing the elbows back. Lower down, belly, chest, chin. Let your legs go long behind you. Come to your forearms. So your elbows are tucked underneath your shoulders. Again, make your tail, press your pelvis into the mat, squeeze those butt cheeks. Bring your heart forward and up into Sphinx pose. So you want a really long lower back here. Breathe into the heart space. Beautiful work. Exhale, release down. Going into cobra, bring your hands underneath your shoulders. And when you're ready, on your inhale, rise up. And you can go as much as you'd like. If you jam your lower back, remember we want to create space there first. Shoulders away from the ears. We tend to do this around here. So shoulders away from the ears. Awesome. Exhale, release. Beautiful work. Tent the fingertips out nice and wide. And let's just flow. As you inhale, you rise up. As you exhale, fold back down. Follow the breath. Two more. Last time. Beautiful. Make a pillow with your hands. Bend both knees and just windshield wiper the knees back and forth, the legs back and forth. Awesome. Let the legs go down nice and long. Press back up to all fours. Great work. Again, having your blocks close if you need it. Step your right foot forward. We're back into a low lunge. Now you can stay down on your knee if that serves you best today or tonight. Breathe in and exhale, sink down into that left hip a little bit more. So this is phase one. You also know you can rise up here, or your hands can come here. If you'd like to take it a step further, tuck those toes under and pick that knee off the mat. Again, your hands can be on the mat or onto blocks. Or you can come up to your knee. Breathe here. Or you can bring your arms up overhead. Press down through that front foot. 5 breaths here. Long, deep ones too, not quick. Good. Exhale, release your hands down to the mat. And step back to downward facing dog. Breathe in and out. On your next inhale, come forward into plank. Breathe in. Exhale, knees, belly, chest, chin, lower to the mat. Inhale into cobra or sphinx. Exhale, lower. Push off all fours. Beautiful work. Step that left foot forward. Here we are again. Sink down into that right hip. And then if you'd like to take a step further, tuck those back toes under. Lift that right knee off the mat. Hands can be on the mat. Onto the thigh. Arms up overhead. Find a focus point and follow your breath. Tuck the tailbone under. Strong strength and length here. Last deep breath in. Exhale, lower down. Step that left foot back. Downward facing dog. Inhale into plank. Lower the knees, belly, chest, chin. Come into your cobra or sphinx. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. All fours. Beautiful job. Step that right foot forward. Now this time we're going to add a twist. So raise the heart up. Bring your hands to heart center. You're going to take the left elbow onto the outside of the right thigh. So tuck that tailbone under a little bit more so you can have more length here. And when you're ready, twist. Breathing. Beautiful. Releasing hands back down. We're moving into that similar lunge. But this time we're going to tuck the toes under. If you'd like, come up to a high lunge. Arms come up overhead. Breathe in and out. And then bring your hands down. And let's take a twist here. So the outside, that left elbow's on the outside. So you're going to bring your heart forward first and then twist. Press those palms together. And it's okay if you wiggle out. Just get right back into it. You can always place your knee down. Good. Press off that front foot. Come all the way up. Exhale. Great job. Step that right foot back into downward facing dog. Woo! Inhale into plank. Lower down, knees, belly, chest, chin. Inhale into cobra. Exhale. All fours. Step that right foot, left foot this time. Good. Sink down into that right hip. Staying here is fine. If you'd like to take the twist, bring your torso up, hands to heart center. Right elbow on the outside. So remember, we're going forward and then twisting. Smile and breathe. Woo. Last breath in. Exhale, untwist. Great job. Tuck those back toes under. And let's come up off the knee. And when you're ready, arms come up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. And let's take that twist. Lean forward. Right elbow on the outside. Smile. And breathe. You're gonna press that right thigh bone up towards the ceiling. Press that right heel back. Press down through that front foot. It's almost like you're ripping the mat in between your feet. You want that solid foundation. Whew. Awesome job. Release, hands back down. Step back for your last downward facing dog. Oh. Inhale into plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale into cobra. Exhale. Child's pose. You deserve it, my friends. Whew. Let the breath go. Inhaling, coming back up, we're gonna come around to our backs. Do you want a little bit more core work? Bend those knees. Hands come out to the sides and lower down. Beautiful. You're gonna cross your right knee on top of your left. And then you're gonna wrap your hands around that shin, so the left shin here and the right shin, and just pull in. So you should start to feel opening on that outside of that right hip. Breathe here. So very similar to eagle legs or eagle pose. So you can always grab the shins here and pull them away from each other. You'll feel a bigger stretch, but just be kind to the knee. If this isn't working for you today, then just bring your knees in and give yourself a nice big hug. You can also take a figure 4. Good, releasing the toes back down to the mat. Take the arms out wide like a T. You're gonna pick the hips up and come over onto the left hip and let your legs that are still crossed, if you have to uncross them, please do, to fall over to the left. Gaze over your right hand. Smile. Breathe. Be so proud of this self-love and compassion you've given yourself thus far in this practice. Twists always resemble anything detoxifying. So I like to think of things in my life that I could get rid of during this time. Stuff that's no longer serving you. We encounter this stuff every single day. It might be new, it might be a pattern, but live your yoga, bringing life onto the mat and allowing your practice to help you release. Inhale, come back up. Awesome job. Uncross those legs for a moment. We're gonna take butterfly pose, so the bottoms of the feet are gonna touch. You can always tuck your blocks underneath here, but we're gonna take this for a few breaths. Allow the knees to open up. Release the butt cheeks. You're no longer holding a $100 bill between your cheeks. Breathe. Belly, ribs, chest, that wave of breath, that prana, that energy. Good. Inhale, bring those knees back together to touch, and then cross that left knee on top of that right. Now each side can be a little bit different. So again, just protect your knees here. If you need to take a figure four, there's no shame in that. When you're ready, pull your knees into your chest, grab those shins. Breathing into that left hip space. Good, release the legs back down. Let's take a twist. So pick the hips up and come over onto your right side and allow those knees to fall over to the right. If you have to stack them, feel free to stack them. Arms come out to a T, gaze over the left side. Good, inhale, come back. And just give yourself a really nice hug here. Rock from left to right. Maybe get the tops of the butt cheeks. Neutralizing that spine. Pausing wherever you need it. And then getting ready to move into Shavasana. Allow your legs to fall down. If you have a blanket or a bolster that you want to put underneath your legs, feel free to do that. And so your legs are going to come out nice and long. The feet are going to flop open. And this is where you truly surrender. You drop in. And every piece of your body that's making connection with the mat. Again, imagine that there's weights connected to those joints, the ankles, the knees, the hips, the shoulders, the back of the head. And it's really just pulling you down into earth, grounding you down. The backs of the hands, the wrists, and every space in between is soft and light. And surrendering here, nowhere to go, nowhere to be, but here to recharge yourself from that wonderful practice and to release, let go, and feel ease and peace. Slowly starting to reintroduce the breath. Allowing the breath to start to reawaken your body, wiggling your fingertips and your toes. If you'd like to stay here longer, feel free. On your next inhale, reaching your arms up overhead, taking a full body stretch, and then rolling over to your right side. When you're ready to rise up, press off that hand, come back to a seated position. Eyes are still closed. Bring your hands back to your heart center. Bow your head to your heart. And think back to that intention. And if you didn't meet that intention today on the mat, no worries. Carry it off the mat with you into your life. Be so proud of showing up for yourself, for your self-love and compassion, for your health and well-being. And thank you so much for joining me in tonight's class. And may love and health go with you wherever you go. Namaste. Thanks, guys. So I'm going to stick around for some questions. If you have any questions, I'm here to answer them. That's what's so awesome about this virtual class. We don't just click off. We want to answer any questions. The mat's here if you need modifications. But I will hit the stop record. So thanks so much.